So I thought I would follow up the last video and talk a little bit more about Stella Sora. And we've got, I guess you could argue, some good news. It's anecdotal. It's not the news you want, or it's allies, hopefully. I did speak in the last video about how it seemed through the grapevine at least anyway, that JP and CN weren't exactly happy with the prices and the structuring of things in the game in regards to the gacha cost and all that sort of stuff, and the change in the prices for pools in Stella Sora. I still don't really quite know about CN. As I said, still haven't got access to my Bilibili account. I mean, I need to sort that out so I can go and check CN properly. But we do have some tweets from some JP players, so I thought we could go through a couple of those. There's too many to go through all of them, but I've translated a couple using, obviously, Twitter's in translation thing, so they might not be exact, right? But there is definitely some people who are fine with everything, right? But it's good to see there's plenty in JP who aren't, because this is a game that I think will probably end up heavily relying on JP for support. And if CN kind of pull back away from it, and Global kind of pull back away from it, and JP themselves start to have issues, then we'll hopefully get some changes, right? I was hoping that we get them fast. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. But if JP's got a problem, maybe, just maybe, they might make some changes. So let's get into it, because Stella Sora did actually tweet out today. I suppose you could argue it's good news as well, but again, not the news that you would have been hoping for. So let's go through it and let's have a discussion about it then, shall we, guys? Okay, then, let's start off with the tweet that Stella Sora themselves tweeted a little bit earlier on. Dear Tyrant, I saw that and I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. We had the tweet yesterday saying they were open for feedback. Hopefully, they're going to be quick off the mark. They're responding, which I'm still hopeful that's going to happen. That's not the tweet. That's not the tweet. We're delighted to announce that we've reached number one in the free download rankings across multiple regions worldwide. Thank you for all the support. One thing I'm just going to say, I don't think you're ever going to reach number one in the paid side of things. Well, I hope not anyway. Please don't. Please don't. To express our sincere gratitude, we specially present you with a celebratory reward. Hope you have a good time on your journey. And the rewards here are 10 Sprout tickets, 3,000 silver discs, and 5 Vigor soda. So a little bit of stamina. 10 pulls on the standard disc banner, and 10 pulls on the standard banner, which, you know, would have been nice if it was premium. But to be fair, with how many freaking copies you need of 4 stars, maybe it might be good to get on the standard banner anyway. Although it would have definitely been better on the premium banner, right? But anyway, right? That's a little bit separate from everything. It's good that it's got there, but it would have been nice if it was some recognition of everything that's going on, right? So, let's move on to the JP side of things. So, they've done the same thing over here. They've tweeted about, you know, hit number one. Here's the rewards. And we've got some people replying under the tweets. And we're going to go through a few of those, because there's a lot. So we can't go through all of them. But I just wanted to show you the ratings at the moment on Google Play Store. It's 2.5 at the moment. Let me refresh this actually, because that's been there for... It's 2.4 now. Okay. I was saying 2.5 seems quite high. I think it's just the game is actually carrying that, right? You know? If it wasn't for the gacha, I think that'd easily be sitting at like a 4. Easily, in my opinion, because I think it's a fine game, right? Minus maybe technical issues that some people might be having, right? Because that's always going to happen. The game itself is not a problem. It's all about the gacha, right? Obviously, we got this in Stella Sora as well. The Reddit's still been a little bit on fire. Me waiting for Stella Sora devs to address the issues in the game. Yeah, it's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. I have been playing the game a little bit today. And again, I am still... If I separate the game itself, I enjoy it. But it's hard to, because the game is so stingy with the pulls it gives you in the game. You just... and the game really wants you to have mono teams, right? It wants you to have mono teams, and it wants you to have a bunch of mono teams. And it's really hard to do that. I only have a... is it the Ventus, the green, the wind team as a full team yet? I probably should have chose better on my initial rolls. But hey, you know, you live and you learn. I can't be asked to re-roll. I was thinking about it, then this game's put me off that. To be fair, I'm not a re-roller, but yeah. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into JP's replies then, shall we? Alright, let's start off with this one here. Considering the distribution rate of stones, I think the best option for gacha is 10 pulls for 1,500 diamonds. With the current setup, the ceiling is way too harsh. Massively agree. And when you factor in the lost lost records, right, it's tough to even for paying players. It's been a while since I've seen such an aggressive management approach. It's a shame because the game itself is fun. I agree with everything here. I've said this myself. A weird thing that seems to be going around the community at the minute. I keep seeing people say it needs to go back to the 1600 price. Was it ever 1600? When I played, it was 1500. I've showed in my video the pulls that were at 1500. I don't know where these 1600 numbers come from. I don't know, but anyway, it's not a big thing. I agree, because when you look at the price points in the store, everything seems like it's priced around that 1500 pull cost, right? You know, these 3000 just, it seems to put everything into whack. Nothing's moved with it apart from your first clear rewards on, like, you know, your material farms and all that sort of stuff, XP stuff and skill stuff. Like, I think those have gone from 20 to 50, I think. I don't know if all of them have. I can't remember, but some of them have. So they've been dialed up a little bit, but obviously it's just not enough, right? It's just not enough. Let's have a look here. That's yeah, this is not the tweet I'm looking for. This is not the tweet you're looking for. This is not the droid you're looking for. Right, so since it's a Van Saga style, that part is personally fun for me, but still the gacha pulls. I felt like various things were pretty tough. Agree. It just feels a bit tough, right? It's a little bit harsh, right? It feels harsh, right? The system itself, like, you know, the cost, it's trash. But that's how it feels. It makes everything feel like a chore. And that's not good. Day one, to already be feeling like you're in a drought of pulls. That's supposed to be the honeymoon. That's supposed to be when you feel like, man, I'm, you know, that meme of the woman with all the sausages hitting the face. You know what I mean? Showered in it. It's not there. What we got this year? The kids somewhere pulls head fan out of nowhere, you know? Okay, that one's got nothing to do with anything. I was just looking for some. Okay then. Man, the gacha is way too stingy. It's pretty common to only get one guaranteed 5-star at the start, even if you let the gacha slide 100 steps. The infinite ring mechanics are seriously awful. Free to play to low spenders can basically only build up one attribute, so why the hell is there attribute rotation? And yet, there are missions that require clearing the infinite ring. Are they even serious about letting people play this game? And then obviously here, you can see here, you know, the infinite arena, I believe it's called, right? And the necessity of building multiple attribute teams. And this game really wants you to build mono, right? That's where it's at. So that requires you having 3 characters of that attribute per team. And it's just, even for paying players, that's tough when you're getting the price per pull in the game, you know? So low spenders or monthly pass spenders or free to play players here, it's just not happening. You're not going to get to experience all of this unless you're just super lucky, right? Of course, there's going to be those players that they're just dropping all the things they need. Everything's happening. I've got one full mono team, as I say. So yeah, the distribution of stones is too stingy. I don't think I can keep going. I think a lot of people are feeling like this, you know? I just don't know how long I can carry on. Agree. Okay, so one thing I'll say about JP, people tend to be a little bit calmer, a little bit more metered, and a lot more polite, for the most part. Obviously not all, for the most part. This guy, not so much. He's a little bit more, frustrated. Don't abandon Azure Lane's bugs to make this shitty cash grab, you damn idiots. Okay, bro's feeling it. I've never played Azure Lane, so I don't know if the game is in a bad state at the moment. I wouldn't necessarily call this game a shitty cash grab. It feels like it, right? But, you know, like I've heard people saying it's a scam. I don't think it's a scam, right? And obviously, this is subjective, how you feel if it's a cash grab. If you think it is, I'm not going to argue with that because the price points, they're abhorrent, really. But the game, beyond the monetization, in my opinion, now, not everybody's going to agree with this, is a good little game. So, I don't see it as a cash grab. I just see it as they've just pushed things just far too far, right? But I feel, bro. And if you think this is, and you agree, I ain't going to try and make that argument, honestly. I get it. I totally get it. So we got this here. This is from the, you know, the standard pool post of them talking about, you know, we're going to give out the standard pools. They're not handing out limited gacha tickets. Huh. Kind of how I thought when I saw it. I thought, ooh, we got something in the mail. And then I saw it, I was like, standard tickets? What do I want them for? I guess I can pull on the standard banner, hopefully get some four-star dupes, maybe, because that's ridiculous. But give me premiums, man. You know, thanks for number one, you know. So we got another one in reply to that same tweet. Again, well, giving out stuff is fine, agree. The gacha is just too much, laugh out loud. In the game, stones are already scarce, agree. I saw somebody earlier, I don't know if it was, I can't remember what it was, if it was a reply to a YouTube video or a tweet. And they were like, I've been playing the game for like 6 to 8 hours and I've got crazy amount of pulls. I can't remember exactly how many pulls were like. And I was like, bullshit, I don't buy that. I don't buy that because I'm still sitting at like 80 odd pulls now and I played a few hours. I haven't played all day, but I played a few hours, right? I probably could have done it a bit more efficiently, but that's where I'm sitting at, right? To be fair, I wasn't constantly on the game. I'm up and down all the time when I'm not streaming. But yeah, anyway, I'm not buying that, right? They are scarce. It's barren out there, man. It's barren out there. And with the gacha rates being so low, the songs are practically trash. True. If the devs don't fix this soon, the game's going to shut down. You know, a comeback like Blue Archive isn't going to happen that easily. It's not hot. It's not easy to make a comeback. Now, Yostar are a big company. If they do this quick, I think they can like make something happen. I think it'll take a couple of months to really get people behind them. But I think if they do it within the next, it has to be in the first week. It has to be, in my opinion. It's got to be drastic. It's got to be quick, and they've got to sing it from the rooftops. And even then, I still think it's going to take a couple of months for people to be like, okay, all right, is it time to step back in now, maybe? And they've got to launch a bunch of content as well, because at the moment, there's just not enough. And it does suck with the prices that's in this game, right? The story's not VA'd. It's a shame, right? Because these are prices. These are higher prices than like Wuthering Waves and Genshin. This is not on that quality of production. It's a great little game, but it's not on that quality of production anywhere near. And I think they need to step that up, if I'm honest, as well. I'd really like to see that. It is 2025. The game is launching now. I think main story really should be voice acted, in my opinion, from a company like Yostar as well. They're not just a little indie company. They've got some resources. There's some great VAs in the game. Get them on the story. There's not a massive amount of story. I don't get that. I'm fully maxed out on Chitose. How do you say that? But I hardly have any characters, so I was grateful for the reason to pull on the regular ticket banner. Okay, but I instantly got wrecked. So it didn't mean much. Lost records too. I just wish they'd do something about how stingy the gacha is. Maybe. Again, this is really good to see that JP are asking the same questions, right? They're probing in the same direction as us. This is exactly what we want. If CN are on board as well, maybe, just maybe, we'll get something happen. I think probably what's going to happen, they're going to give it a few days and they're going to look at revenue. If it's low, if retention's low, then maybe we'll see something, right? Because probably what they'll do, if revenue's a little bit low, they'll look at retention. If retention's high, they'll probably think, okay, the game's making people work for their currency, so maybe they'll end up pulling after a few days. If neither of those happen, I think we'll see a change. I'd like to see it happen faster, but, you know, the cynical part of me thinks they're waiting for that date to come in before they just listen to feedback, of course, right? Because it doesn't matter if you've got a vocal crowd shouting. If a bunch of people just start spending on the game, it's not going to change, right? It's just not going to change. So yeah, I just went through these. Obviously, there is some people on here talking positive about the game, because of course there's going to be. There is going to be, and that is totally fair. But I'm just really happy to see that there is people a little bit frustrated. It's the best game. I want to go that far, except for the gacha. I finished watching the story, but I'm looking forward to what's next. So I hope they fix the gacha and keep up the good work. I like this, because I want to look forward to what's next, but I can't at the moment because the way the game's in. So I agree. Keep up the good work, stop the bad work, and, you know, give us something to look forward to, Yostar, because I want to look forward to this game, but at the moment, I can't. So, yeah, I just thought I'd follow up to that video, really, and talk about it. It seems like, at least anecdotally, from a bunch of these tweets, there are a lot more as well. The JP's not happy as well, and this is a good thing. the weird thing I'm seeing is that a lot of people in EN as well that are actually defending the game, which is quite odd to see. A lot of people aren't, and the majority aren't. Obviously, you're still going to get those dick riders who, it doesn't matter what happens, right? I saw a comment. I actually had it saved. Give me a second here. You don't want to see my face on all these thumbnails. Where is it? Here. It's the only thing keeping me around. The hope that the ridiculous monetization will push the wide audience away, and those who remain make a drama-free community like over at BA. So this person wants people to leave because the game is robbing him so bad. Like, he's actually admitting, hey, this is shit, but at least it'll get rid of the normies. I've seen people talking about, I don't care because I'm not going to spend, but I'm going to enjoy the game. But you want other people to want to spend, otherwise the game ain't going to stick around for you. So, like, those sort of attitudes are just idiotic. You want the game to be as valuable as possible, even if you're never going to spend, because then other people can provide the funds to keep you playing the game that you enjoy, right? That's a good thing. Just ignore them and then keep the game rather than falling into that pit and losing the game. Kind of wild, but yeah, I've seen that. And as I say, there is people in JP as well who are happy as well, but that's going to be a thing, and I'm cool with that. But I'm really happy to see that there are definite murmurs in the space, and hopefully they get louder, and hopefully Yostar listen. I will try and find out what's going on in CN as well, because I'm really curious to see what CN think about this. But if JP's feeling like this, I'm sure CN's echoing similar sentiments as well. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. JP, he's not happy. This is good to see. It's a shame it has to be like this. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Ta-da.